Welcome to Naresh Technologies. I'm Bangar Raju, and this is our continuation series for the ASP.NET videos. In the previous videos, I was just explaining about the difference between server.transfer and response.redirect. I have listed you a set of differences what we have between server.transfer and response.redirect. This is a continuation for the previous two videos. If you have not watched up the previous two videos, first watch the previous two videos. Okay, the difference between server.transfer and response.redirect. Both the two things, what is the difference, we'll try to understand. And last video, I was showing you all the differences. I have listed you all the differences what we have in it. And today, it's just a continuation for that. So what I want is, actually what we designed a login form. If I'm entering a valid username and click on the login, it was taking us to success page. And to go to success page, we have used server.transfer. In server.transfer, browser don't know from where the result came from where the response came from. Still it is thinking the response came from login.aspx. But if it is an invalid username password and click on the login button, it will go to failure page and the response comes to failure.aspx, because here the browser knows from where the response came from, because it was request.redirect. I'm sorry, response.redirect. Okay, fine. Now, today I'll just explain you about this. What is it? When I click on the login button, we are redirecting the user to a page. Which page? Success.aspx. Let us go to success.aspx. And in the success.aspx, we are writing some simple code like this is success page. This is success page. And now here I also want to display some message. What message? Welcome, the appropriate username, what he has entered. Welcome, suppose admin is the user. Welcome admin. Have a nice day. I just want to display some message like this. Okay. Welcome so and so person, have a nice day. This is what I want to display message. So if at all I want to display this message, first the value that is entered into the text box, should be accessible in the success page. So can I access the value of the text box which is present in the text box in the success page? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because when I am using server.transfer, the control transfer from login.aspx to success.aspx within the server. The control transfers from login.aspx to success.aspx within the server. So the success page can access the login page in it. So how can the success page access the login page? Okay, watch. Let us go to the code view. In the page load event, I want to access it. How do I access? See, from where we came to success? From login, we came to success. So for success, login is a previous page. So we have a property called as previous page. We have a property called as previous page. The previous page property actually provides access to the success page. I can access the success page here. So this property will provide access to the success page. The return type of this is a page. Page pp equals to previous page. What is page? Actually, every class inherits from a page. Every web form here inherits from a page. See, success inherits from a page. So can I call success as a page? Yes. Go to login. Login also inherits from page. So can I call login also as a page? Yes, all are pages only. All are pages only. So now when I call previous page here, it is going to return me the previous page. What is the previous page? Login. In the form of a parent. What is the parent? The parent for this particular login is page. We are getting the reference of the login. In the form of its parent page. So generally, when we don't know the exact type, we always get its parent as a type. See, sometimes you're going to expect different types of values. When we expect different types of values from a method, so when you're expecting different type of value, the return type of the method will be object. Why object? Object is a parent of all the things, and object can hold everything in this. Exactly. The previous page is going to return me the reference of login. Okay. See, but today the reference of login, see today control came to previous page from login. Control came to previous page from login. But tomorrow the control, see, from login you jump it to success. For success, who is the page? Login. But don't forget one thing. Every time login.aspx need not be a parent of success.aspx. What I mean is, I have a class, a new web form called webform1 dot aspx, which is transferring the control to success.aspx. In another scenario, webform1 is using server.transfer and transferring the control to success.aspx. Now understand, for success.aspx, who is the previous page now? Webform1. In this scenario, login. So the previous page need not be same every time. The previous page can be different from scenario to scenario. So because it is different from scenario to scenario, it cannot know exactly what is the previous page. So what it does, for login, who is the parent? Page. For webform1, who is the parent? Page. So I get the reference in the form of a page now. So page pp is equals to previous page. So this pp is a reference to previous page. Now pp dot, in this there is a method called find control. By using this find control, we can access the control now. Which control you want to access? I wanted to access the value of this text box. What is the name of the text box? txt name. I want to access this. So what can I do, txt name. When I say find control of txt name, it provides me the reference of that control now. Which control? Text box control. But find control method need not give reference of a text box only. The find control can return the reference of the button, a checkbox, a group box, any control it can just return the reference. So that's why here also the reference comes to you as a parent. What is the parent? Control. And don't forget, control is a parent of all the controls. So when you don't know the exact type, the reference will always come back in the parent format. Here also same, control. Return type is control. Now this control, this CTRL is a parent. And now convert this into a text box. Convert this into text box. Why to convert into text box? Because I want to get the text of the text box. The text is a property which is defined in the text box class, but not in the control class. See, ctrl.text. I won't get the value, but I want to get access to the text. If you want to get access to the text, what you'll do? Convert it now. How? Text box tb equals to text box of CTRL. Typecasting, a very traditional format how you can do. So that will give you the text box reference. So this TB is a reference to the name text box that is present in the previous page. That is nothing but the login page. Now I can say string name equals to tb.name. I'm sorry, tb.text. It will provide me access to the text, and I can just show what response.write, and here what I'm writing, hello plus name plus have a nice day. Have a nice day. Now again run the login page. I'm entering admin, a valid username, password, click on the login. When I click on the login, you can see there, hello admin, have a nice page, have a nice day. So you understood, I was accessing the value that is entered in the login page in the success. To access the value, what I'm using? I'm just using a property called previous page, and this provides me access to the previous page. For success, who is the previous page? Login. And this pp is a reference to the login page. And in that I have a method called find control to find a control that is present on the previous page, that is txt name. But the reference comes back to me in the control format, which will be converted into a text box, and then we need to call dot text. But tomorrow when you work in the real-time environment, you can't write the code like this in a number of lines. We cannot write this code like this in multiple lines like this. How to simplify this code? Very simple. Watch. What is PP? PP is nothing but previous page. Previous page, we are just going to get the PP here. So see, this PP and this previous page, both are now same. When I call previous page only, I got PP. So now what I can do, in the place of PP, directly I can write previous page. You can say previous page dot find control, so that you can eliminate this line. You can eliminate this line. Now understand, previous page dot find control txt name CTRL, which is converted to text box. See, text box of CTRL, you are writing text box of CTRL. This CTRL, here understand, I can replace this CTRL with this code now. I can replace this CTRL with this code now. Why? CTRL is nothing but this particular value. Copy and just simply pasting it over this. So once I do that, I can remove this line. I can remove this line. Now see, tb.text, tb.text. This tb is the whole value converted into text box is coming here, and in the place of tb, you can use all this whole value there. Copy, and in place of tb, I am writing it. I am writing this particular thing, but I said dot text, I am getting an error, nothing like that. See, the whole content, see, actually this should execute first and get converted into text box, and then dot text should be called on it. So open one more brace here and close it. So once you do that, the problem is solved. You can eliminate this line. So the previous 4 lines of code is, this is how you can write. So previous page dot find control of txt name returns you control, which is converted into text box. The whole text box value, the text box, after converting on that, I am calling text, which returns the name now, and I can call. I'll get the same output. You have a look. Admin. I got the same output. So this is how you can access the values of the previous page in the current page, provided you are working with server.transfer. But if at all you are working with response.redirect, we can't access it like this. Why? Let us see. Let us go to failure.aspx. In failure.aspx also we are getting failure page, but we are landing in the failure page not by using server.transfer, we are used response.redirect here. Response.redirect, what I explained in the last video, response.redirect means first the server will send a response to the browser, there is a 302 status code, and the browser will again resend a request to the server. The browser will again send a request to the server now. Okay. Now if you just understand here I cannot access the previous page. Watch it. Page pp equals to previous page. I am just only writing page pp is equals to previous page. So pp should get the previous page information here. Now run the login page. I am entering admin and wrong password. Click on the login. When I click on the login, see, I did not get any information at all. I did not get any information at all. Why I did not get any information? Actually, we did not print the value. We did not try to print the value. We will try to print this particular value, same like the previous one. Okay, go to success.aspx.cs. Whatever code I have written there, exactly same code. I am just copying now, coming to failure, and trying to paste it here, same code. Okay, I am trying to paste the same code here. When I am running the login.aspx, entering a valid username, entering a username and wrong password, it will take me to login, but see now I am getting an error. Where are we getting the error? Where are we getting the error? Let's try to find out exactly where are we getting the error. We are getting a null reference exception. We are getting a null reference exception. Where exactly the error is coming? We'll do one thing. We'll try to break this into multiple lines as we tried in the previous example. Multiple statements. How do you write? So that we can understand correctly where the error is coming. PP is equals to previous page. So earlier I showed you this line. This line did not give us any error. Next. Page PP is equals to previous page. Okay, this line did not give any error, already we checked it. Next, the next thing we'll just try to call is control CTRL is equals to PP dot find control txt name. Txt name. Next, text box TB equals to text box of CTRL, and finally string name equals to TB dot text. Yeah, this is the code I was explaining you in the previous scenario. I was just trying to break this like this in this particular failure to make you understand where exactly the error comes. Run again. Okay. Admin, wrong password. Click login. Error will come. To identify where the error is coming. Yeah, error is coming there. pp dot find control of txt name. I am getting an error here. Why am I getting error here? Because this pp has to provide reference to the previous control, but pp is null. PP is null. PP is not going to provide the reference of the previous page. Why? Because this page was directly called. This page, the transfer has not happened like here. See here, from login.aspx, the transfer has taken place to success. In success, you can access the previous page. But when you come here, when you come to login.aspx to failure.aspx, if you just understand, the transfer did not happen in the server. The control came to browser, and again from the browser the control went to the failure. By the time the request goes to failure.aspx, login.aspx is already destroyed. Login.aspx is not present at all. Okay, but here it is present. Why? Because the transfer is taking place in the server, so we can access. But here it came to browser, again went to the server. Because of that, the login.aspx is no more accessible. So now we'll have a doubt. In such scenarios, if I want to get any values of the login.aspx and the failure.aspx, how can I get them? If you want to get any values like this, what you're required to do is, just watch. First go to login.aspx. Go to the login button and just watch. This is the code. You're transferring to failure.aspx. But in this process, I wanted to send a value. From here to there. If I want to send a value from here to there, I need to send it in the form of a query string. What is a query string? A query string is a set of values that are concatenated to the URL of the page you are requesting. A query string is a set of values in a key value combination that are concatenated with the URL of the page we are launching. How do we do that? Watch. Page URL, afterwards a question mark, key is equals to value, ampersand, key is equals to value. Like this, I can just send any number of values like that. This is what we call as a query string. Okay. Now let us see how to use it. Come, a question mark. A question mark is a separator between the URL and the values. Afterwards, key is equals to value, some key. Name is a key is equals to. I want to send the value. What value? I want to send the value of the text box text. So I'm just trying to write plus txt name dot text. Txt name dot text. So this value will be concatenated to the failure.aspx and fine. Now you just notice it. Let me remove all this code. And I'm commenting this line also because we don't have the name. But I want to show you one thing. First run the login.aspx. If you run the login.aspx and entering admin and a wrong password, click on the login. You see you came here, but just watch the URL. In the URL, if you see failure.aspx question mark name is equals to admin, means the value from the login page is a transfer to the failure page. It is transferring the value to the failure page in the form of a query string. Now what you can do, you can read this query string value. You can read this query string value where in the failure page. How can I read the query string value? Come on. Say string name is equals to. See, we have just learnt about this request.form. I said a form collection of values. Same way we have an option called request.queryString. It is also a query string collection of values. Form collection and a query string collection of values. And here you are required to specify the key name. What is the key name? The key name itself, we are given the key name also as name only. So once I give this, the value will come now and store here. Now I can straight away say response.write hello, name, okay, and not have a nice day. I want to give a different message here. You are an invalid user. You are an invalid user. Okay, giving some message. Now come to login and trying to just give some name, some password. Click on the login and you see I got the value. So this is how you can access this value. So compulsory you need to concatenate all the values in the form of a query string and send. Generally when you are accessing, when you go to success.aspx, we learn the code like this previous page dot find control of something we have done. But this is simple code request.queryString. Anyone who looks into this, they find that this is simple. This code is particularly simple when compared with this code, this line of code. So everyone thinks like this is going to be simple. But what the problem here is, first problem is, in this case, whatever values you want to send here, all the values should be first concatenated here. We need to concatenate it. See here, explicitly we are concatenating. So tomorrow 10 values are there. Everything should be concatenated. But in the first case, I did not do any concatenation. Directly go to success.aspx, previous page, access each and every value. But here, if I want to access it there, everything should be concatenated here. So this is the problem. Second problem. What is the second problem? The second problem is, tomorrow you may want to send password also to the next page. If at all you want to send the password, you will be concatenating the password. How do you concatenate? Okay, watch. Let us concatenate the password also. Plus, double quote, ampersand. This is a separator. Okay. Password equals to double quote plus txt password dot text. I am passing the password also. Now run this. What is the drawback in this is, see, data like password is very sensitive. When data like password is very sensitive, see, I am just going to enter the name. I am going to enter some password here, some password. The password is hello. Hello is my password. When I click on the login button, see the problem. The values are concatenated to the URL. So here we can see the password. Sensitive data like password cannot be shown like this to all the people. So now you can see the password in the URL. These are the drawbacks. So this looks easy for accessing the value, but security wise this is not going to be suggested. But here, see, previous page I said, when I said previous page, even though the code is lengthy, every control that is accessible on the previous page can be used here. We don't require to just pass or concatenate the values in the form of a query string. Straight away you can access it. So this is the other difference what we just have between the response.redirect and the server.transfer. But I am not recommending you to use anything in particular. It depends on the requirement of ours. Some cases we may require to go for using response.redirect, and some cases we may go for using server.transfer. Anything, it is purely based on our requirements. Thank you for watching the video. For more videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Naresh IT.